All right, so we have one last property of sound that we're going to demonstrate to you, and that is resonance. We mentioned it a few times, but we're actually going to show you a short clip here of a famous example of resonance. This is the Tacoma Narrows Bridge. Yeah, this bridge is made out of steel and concrete, and the wind was blowing this day, and the wind was adding energy. With each swing of the bridge, more and more energy was being added to the system here with each gust of wind. And the wind was matching the natural or resonant frequency of this bridge, because everything will oscillate or move back and forth at a certain rate, at a certain frequency. And in this case, the wind was matching that resonant frequency so that more and more energy gets added, and eventually, unless you let some of that energy out, something catastrophic is going to happen here. Resonance is just this addition of energy that musicians rely on, but we can also see here with a very large structure. So as this last person leaves the bridge,
yes, he's wondering if it's really a bad thing.
We will see what happens when too much energy is added through resonance. And we can compare this to pushing a kid on a swing. You want to push the child at just the right time to add more and more energy. So eventually so much energy was added that the bridge broke apart. And if we get another angle of it, we can actually see it falling into the water.
Whoa. Bridges today are constructed so that this does not happen. So when you go up north to the Mackinac Bridge, which is a long bridge, you don't have to worry about that happening.
They build bridges with different materials now so that there is no one resonant frequency, so that that amount of energy can't build up. Yes. Yeah. So perhaps we could just have John demonstrate here resonance with his trumpet here.
Before I was telling you that I make my lips to a letter M and I blow air through my lips, and then I make my lips tighter or looser to make a higher or lower pitch. Now, if I were to make my lips too tight, then the horn wouldn't resonate. Check it out. It's a much softer sound. I'm still blowing air through the horn, but it's not at the proper frequency, or it's not the proper resonance for the horn to wake up and oscillate and vibrate. The air column inside the horn, and the horn itself will actually shake. I feel it trembling in my hand, vibrating in my hand when I do it properly. Or if my lips are too loose, I won't be able to get any air out. My lips are too loose. But if I do it just right, if I get the right amount of air going through, my lips are at the right place, I can get a good, solid, resonant note where it sounds much louder. Right? It's much louder. That's the resonance. That's how I use it. Another thing that I can do, I was telling you that I can change the pitch. I can change the lip of the tubing. If I press this valve down, it diverts air through this extra tubing, and the pitch is different. And same with all three of these. And in this way, I can make all the notes that we use in Western music, and I can play songs. So that's how I use resonance, and I can change the pitch of the trumpet by changing the length of tubing, and change the pitch and play any song out there that I need to play. Thanks.
So as John is playing the trumpet, we can imagine this rather large tube here is like the tubing of his trumpet. When he causes his mouthpiece to vibrate, not only the trumpet is vibrating, but also the air inside the trumpet is vibrating, and that's the resonance. He's matching the resonant frequency of the air inside the trumpet. So we could try this on a larger scale. We would just need two helpers to come up here and help us out here. And you can just hold this in. I'm also going to give you, we have here a speaker that produces a tone at a certain frequency. So let me turn it up here. We can start to hear it. I'm going to increase the frequency so we get a higher tone. There we go. So if you could hold this speaker at this end of the tube, there you go, kind of at an angle. Now what the young man on this side can do is he can start pulling out the length of the tube. Whoa, slowly. Just keep pulling it out slowly. If he matches the resonant frequency of the air inside by pulling it out at just the right length, we'll start it here, hearing getting louder. There it is. We'll push it in just a little bit now.
That's it. That's the peak.
Right there. Do you hear it resonating? We found the exact spot, just like on the trumpet, where the air will start to resonate because we created what we call a standing wave within this tube, where the wave goes back and forth, back and forth. And then if you start pushing it in again,
Take your time.
as we get close to the end of the tube, it'll start to resonate again. A little closer. There, a little bit more, a little more. There it is. It'll begin resonating again, just like John has different steps on his time. All right, give these two a hand here.
All right.
So the trumpet player, the bassist, all these musicians rely on resonance just to be heard because they cause the air molecules around them or inside their instrument, in the case of a trumpet, to resonate and a louder sound can be produced. We're going to do one last song here, and as these musicians play, in this box we have a wine glass. And this wine glass has a natural or resonant frequency as well. So we'll see if these musicians can match the resonant frequency of the wine glass, and we might help it along a little bit as we go here. And you can see in this wine glass, it's a little blurry, this big, as we have a camera pointed on it. We have a ping pong ball, a multicolored ping pong ball in there. So if we hit that resonant frequency, that ping pong ball should start bouncing around within the glass. All right, take it away.